If you play Stardew Valley, you're familiar with Joja, the soulless corporation that your farmer escapes when they move to the valley. You know, the place with clear skies, pretty trees, bountiful lands. Except that's not what this is. This is Jojanne. She's a die-hard Joja fan. Her farm is dedicated to all things Joja, and we're gonna tour every Joja Blue inch of it. The Joja catalog was actually a dream to work with. There's a ton of furniture, there's a ton of decorations, it was just a lot of fun. I did have to supplement a little bit with the other catalogs just to add some variety, but I did try to stick with the Joja catalog as much as I could. The goal was just to Joja out this entire house. I wanted blue everywhere. Jojanne loves blue. That's just the personality I created for her. Like this Joja shrine, she's obsessed with Joja. She lives it, she breathes it. She's a multi-millionaire Joja heiress. All of my other playthroughs have been the community center route. I love making the Junimos happy, but I've always wanted to try the Joja route. I just wasn't ever really feeling that motivated or inspired to do that. But with the 1.6 update and the Joja catalog and the blue grass and the blue mystic trees, it was just really written in the stars. Like, I had to do it at that point. And I was 110% committed to going with the Joja aesthetic. Like, this is my favorite room in the whole house because I wanted a place where her and Shane both could practice being at the Joja Mart and feel like they were actually there inside of their own home. Which is a little deranged for Shane, I know, because he wanted to quit his job at the Joja Mart, but whoops. Speaking of Shane, Jojanne is on her way as we speak to deliver him a Joja Cola, which he hates and thinks is garbage. Unfortunately for her, not everyone is as committed to Joja as Jojanne. And just like her house, her farm is completely Joja'd out, as you can see by this giant Join Us Thrive in the center of it that can probably be seen from space. We have our blue workshop shed, Joja'd out of course, blue grass, blue mystic trees everywhere, blue boat on the dog, blue buildings, blue everywhere. This is the mayonnaise processing shed for our 24 blue chickens. Then we have our preserves jar shed and our dehydrator shed that have ancient fruit. And then to the left over here is our crystallarium shed with only diamonds because that is just her style. And then finally the ancient fruit shed where of course I missed a keg. I hate when I do that, so annoying. I was really going for efficiency here, that's why I picked the standard farm layout and my sheds are so close together so that they were easily accessible. In the greenhouse we have almost every single tile filled with ancient fruit for our kegs, dehydrators, and preserves jars. There was this little awkward corner over here that I just dropped the solar panels in and they actually fit really well over here, so I'm glad I thought of that. And then we just have fish ponds and crops, symmetrical on both sides of the farm. And since it's spring and blue jazz are in season, we of course had to plant blue jazz to fit our Joja theme. Then in this bottom center portion of the farm, I really had no idea what I wanted to do with this until I thought of this really diabolical idea to do a Junimo petting zoo. For a small fee, you can feed them raisins fresh from the Joja warehouse. Very ethical, very Joja. Then the golden clock definitely kind of ruined the theme for me a little bit this time. I don't know why, but somehow it turned into a Mayor Lewis shrine with Joja Cola offering. Had to squeeze Joja in there somehow. I don't know, we just got there. Then as soon as I entered my first coop, my heart kind of dropped because I realized I forgot to fill my silos and now my chickens are very upset with me. I was hoping it was just a fluke, so I did check the second coop and yeah, same thing. Just definitely did not fill my silos, so we're gonna go ahead and let those chickens out so they can eat some grass and maybe they won't be so mad at me. I'm telling you, only ethical treatment on Jojanne's farm. It was pretty Joja coded for me to forget to feed the animals. I'm going over here to the pigs. I know what I'm about to run into. Let's just... yeah. Those are some pretty angry pigs. So let's go outside, let out the pigs, and maybe all will be well. I promise I'm really not this bad. I usually remember to feed my animals. Look, I'm gonna show you. See how much hay I have? I promise you I normally fill the silos. I just had a lapse in judgment, I guess. Anyway, let's put the hay away and head back to the top of the farm. So this farm was built entirely on my iPad, so if you see that green position square, that's the tap to move functionality. I did use the farm planner website to place my pathways, trees, and buildings to help me figure that out. I always like to keep a chest hidden in this top corner of the farm. I just stash a bunch of random things in there. I'll drop my tools off when I go to the valley mines or the skull cavern, and I also just like to keep my bombs there. Just something I can grab quickly and just get on over to where I need to go. We're heading over to the quarry now because I actually designed the quarry a little bit. And this is where I have my tree farm so I can get maple syrup, oak resin, and pine tar. And I just Joja it up a little bit. I would love to do the rest of the town. That's just going to be a lot of work, but I do think it would be funny to just kind of Joja the entire valley. Alright, for the last part of the tour, we are going to finally be heading over to Ginger Island because you know I Joja'd the heck out of Ginger Island. This is honestly so sad, but it had to be done. I'm sorry. We're just dropping off the things I collected on my farm in the shipping box area. And you know I had to fill almost every tile with ancient fruit here as well. And then we have our Fairy Rose honey area. If you know, you know. And then we have Joja Beach with all the beautiful Joja can trash all over the beach. I'm sorry. We won't stay here long. Let's just get out of here and head up to the house and see the Joja version of the Ginger Island house. It's honestly really similar to my farmhouse, just on a smaller scale. And we do have a keg area for our ancient fruit, of course. Our kitchen area, dining room, bedroom, all Joja'd out. But I did keep some essence of the island with the little palm trees throughout. And that concludes the tour. I may do a part 2 of this if I ever decide to revisit this save and Joja out the entire valley, but we'll see. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and remember that life's better with Joja.